Hello and welcome to From the Boundary, recorded in a loft in Kent. Let's see what these two idiots have to say this week. Before they start though, I must ask you to follow, like and repost all their amazing social medias. Search From the Boundary on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok for updates and clips.
Hello and welcome back. Before we start this week's podcast, we need to discuss our patron. Sam, what is our patron?
Our Patreon, Tom, is patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast. And on Patreon, it means that you can support us.
If we sound professional, it's because we messed it up the first time. And how much does our Patreon cost, Sam?
Our Patreon is £5 a month. And for that even, oh, fucked it up, I'm not restarting. For that, you get these episodes that you're listening to now early. So rather than getting them on a Monday like everyone else, you can get them on a Saturday. You also get a discount on merch, which we haven't started yet. But when it starts, you'll get a discount on merch. There's also going to be extra episodes. We're going to probably aim to do one a month, potentially, probably. And we give you priority when it comes to contacting the podcast.
Excellent. Thanks, Sam.
Any other questions about it?
Not for now.
So, to reiterate, patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast for just £5 a month, which is less than a pint in most places, isn't it? Basically,
down here it is, yeah.
Basically, buy me and Tom a pint a month, and then we'll be very happy with you. Thank you. Da, 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 da. It's award season.
Way! We have no sound effect, so I'm going to be the sound effect.
Yeah, you be the sound. What's the sound effect that they have? What's the music there? I think what I just did was the NFL. Yeah, I thought that was Oscars, but it's not, is it?
No.
What is Oscars?
Not sure.
We can have our own one.
We could. Our one, if it's anything like our cricket, it's just being.
This could be the annual From the Boundary Cricketing Summer Awards. Or it might be a one-off because it's too much of a struggle.
It wasn't too bad to set it up. I don't think of stuff.
Was it not?
No, just some other bloke did it all.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I added some nominations.
I sent you a text and then you text back and went, oh yeah, I'll have a look at them on the way to work. And then I got a text back going, I've not seen that one. I've not seen that one. I've not seen that one.
But I didn't message you back and I said I've seen some of them now.
Yeah, there is that. But.
And I added some suggestions.
Yeah,
it wasn't
one.
all you.
You put on one suggestion.
And I saw what you suggested.
Yeah.
The thing is, you've got Sky though, so you've seen all of this. Like
you have YouTube.
Yeah, but I can't be asked to go and find all this stuff.
TikTok.
Yeah,
Use TikTok.
Exactly, but if it doesn't come off my TikTok.
So I'm going to have to explain some of these, aren't
I? Some of them. I think I've seen most of them now. Oh yeah. So something that this isn't really cricket related.
Oh, we're going with this as a start, are we?
Yeah. So if you go to after cricket, we go to the pub.
Yep.
Which stands for
Public house.
Public house. Bar is the alternative. You could go to a bar. I'm not sure if this is like someone on a wind up or if it's a legit thing. Do you know what bar or what he says bar stands for? And I think it might actually be true, but I might be an idiot.
Breasts and rectums.
No. I don't know, you had to really think of something.
I couldn't think of anything that starts with R. Bar. But no.
Shall I put you out of your misery? Because this looks quite painful. Beer and alcohol room. I assume alcohol is in other alcohol. Beer and alcohol room. It could be true, couldn't it?
Yeah, but you get bar on the casino thing, don't you? Comes up bar.
Yeah.
What is it on the casino room then? Bucks and rupees.
Maybe it's just what someone's made up.
I feel like someone's made that up, and it's one of the.
Maybe be true though, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could, but I also feel like it's one of those. But then, hang on, if you're saying bar and alcohol room, it would be bar. It's two A's in that.
Oh yeah, but it's like
Is this one of these things that you believed as an adult, and then like, did you have things that you believed as a child? Like, I was always told it was illegal to sit in the front seat of a car. until the age of 13. Which I think might have just been my granddad not wanting me to be playing with the radio at the age of 8.
Yeah. Thing around carrots making you see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this might be a new feature, but I can't be asked to do it now because it's award season.
Da-da-da.
There we go. That's much more like us. So, before we start, it is Thursday the 10th as we record this.
Yeah.
And England have just, or about to, whitewash Pakistan in the first test. However, me and Tom have made an executive decision that the whole test so far,
Yeah.
and it might go to shit tomorrow. It might end up as a draw.
To be fair, it has been an absolute road, so they might not get the 4 wickets they need tomorrow. It's probably quite unlikely, but
Well, yeah, that's just optimism.
I see it.
But we were going to, with the nominations we've got and the categories we've got, we thought, oh, fuck me, they just get blown out the water by today.
Yeah.
But then we had a discussion off pod, which is basically that test, and Joe Root and Harry Brook and all of it, it deserves its own episode. So I think next week we will do an episode purely on the Wonderkind. Is it Kind or Kid? Wonderkind.
Wonder Kid. What are you talking about?
The Wonderkind. He looks very baby-like, doesn't he, Joe Root?
Oh yeah, the Wonder Kid.
Is it Wonderkid or Wonderkind?
Wonder
I thought it was Wonderkind.
What's Wonder Kid? What's kind?
I think it's Wonderkind.
What does kind mean?
Oh, I've always said Wonderkind. Oh dear, this could be problematic. Yeah, so don't think, oh, you've missed. There will be stuff we've missed because, like, as I said, I sent out the nominations last week and then went on holiday for the weekend.
Yeah.
You did nothing, so I had to do it all.
I did a bit on Tuesday night before football. I went and got a McDonald's and I sat in the car. I did it went through the drive-through. Then I sat in the car because I thought I was still going to be really early for football, so I just sat in the car park in the car and I went through it all. But most of it was just like, yeah, I haven't actually seen that yet. Wow, that was good. Good nomination, well done.
Well, I put the work in, didn't I? So it's how it has to go. One of us has to put the work in. Unfortunately, it's always fucking me. We need a producer. We need to get a producer that we can go and find this and just tell us what we need to say.
Yeah.
I think that's the way forward.
How was your trip anyway?
Yeah, it was nice. Pissed it down the whole time.
Oh.
Really not fun being in a static caravan with a toddler in a thunderstorm. That was quite interesting. We had a very, very choppy ride over on the ferry. That was interesting. And then had like, when I say choppy, I mean like I was walking along the ferry going, I looked like I was pissed, but I had to drive. So that was interesting. And then the one back, we left the Isle of Wight literally as a rainstorm hit. And I thought, oh, this is going to be shite.
Yeah.
As we came over the Solent, absolutely lovely. Then as we came into Portsmouth, the fucking heavens opened, which made the drive home very interesting. But yeah, no, other than that, it was really nice. It was good. I was going to say relaxing. It wasn't. It really fucking wasn't. But then I have just booked another holiday, so I'm going and just so you're aware, because I'm telling you with witnesses the time going on holiday in 30 days. I'm going
to the podcast.
I know. I'm going on holiday for a week, so you're going to have to deal with admin for a week while I'm sunning myself with a little bit of early winter, late autumn sun.
Yeah, that'd be like what
beginning of November.
Beginning of November.
Yeah, first week of November.
Okay.
I'll be on a beach in Fuerteventura.
Oh, nice.
I know. Tanning myself. Booked it last night. Wasn't stressful in the slightest. Because it's been a long time since I've booked a holiday. This isn't like a worries me, so don't get the violin out. But last time I booked a holiday, everything was included.
Oh yeah.
So you basically just went, I want to go here. So I booked my flight, I picked the hotel, and that's all I had to do.
Yeah.
And it worked out. You got your cases, you got your bags, you got all that. We're looking last night, and it was like, right, we looked at. Where was the first one we looked? It was Malta. We looked at Malta, and it was like going for a week, and it was like, this is how much it is. The flight times are actually decent. It was like 7:30 in the morning, and then I think it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
And it was like, right, you only get hand luggage because it's an EasyJet flight.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
like, right, okay, so when we get there, we need to add that on. So you go on to the next thing. Do you need cases? Well, fuck yeah, we're taking a child. We're going to need a case, possibly 2. Okay, that's £91 per case.
Oh.
Fuck. Then it was.
Probably more than the flights with
yeah.
EasyJet, isn't it?
Then it was. Would you like to choose your seats? And it's like, well, we've got a child, so there's only certain seats we can sit in because we can't sit on like the extra leg room because if you have to get to the door, I can't be like out the fucking window. So it's only set right. So I got to book a seat. That was an extra 40 quid each.
Oh wow!
I was like, ow, this hurts. Got to it, and we looked at the Malta. And it was a really good deal. It was like £418 per person, all inclusive in Malta for a week. Lovely. Thought that is going to be the one. By the time we done it all up, it came to nearly 600 quid each.
Oh.
I was like, nope. So yeah, we're going to Fuerteventura.
Yeah, fair enough.
All inclusive. I'm going to be pissed for a week. If I look yellow when we come back, house alcohol.
I have a great story actually. When I was younger, we went to America, and so basically when the mum and dad booked the flights, it ended up I was about 11 or 12. I ended up on my own, so they ended up with 4 and 1, and they were like, "Well, when we get there, we'll explain the situation, and whoever's in the one next to me can switch and then join the 3, and then I'll have someone with me." So we did that, and this really nice Australian woman started chatting to my dad, but I was about 11 or 12, and I was like, my dad. I was getting sort of a bit funny about it all. And then we had breakfast just before we started our descent. And then I puked all on this poor woman's slab. So she's like, yeah, that's what you get. Try to be nice to my dad, that's what you're going to get. That's a very child thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. I remember, I went somewhere and got, I don't normally get, well, no, I do get travel sick. The 2 times now I've been on the Isle, or the 4 times I've now been on the Isle of Wight ferry, I've got travel sick every fucking time. But on planes, I'm normally alright. I came back, I think it was Spain I came back from. Oh my God. The pressure in my head. Oh, I wanted to blow my fucking brains out. And they gave me this, I don't know what it is, but I was really struggling. So I went, I need something. Because I'm coming back on my own. The woman was next to me. She's like, if you ask for this, I can't remember what it's called, it'll help with the pressure. Honestly, it was like getting fucking, it could have been cocaine. Because she literally came back with this plastic cup and just went, stick your nose in that and it'll open your airways. And I went, I was huffing on that for about 20 minutes while we came into Gatwick. Just me going. It worked though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another thing. That's just brought back a fucking memory that now I'm shitting myself about flying.
Oh God.
I don't think I've ever flown since then.
I don't think I've had any really bad experiences flying. I had, obviously, that time.
You threw up on an Australian woman.
Going to Guernsey wasn't great. That's just kind of a very, I can't think of the word, it's a very small plane, isn't it?
Cessna.
So when you
dishwasher with wings.
When you hit turbulence, you're like, oh wow, we can really feel this. So that wasn't great.
Did it have propellers or was it jet? It's propellers, wasn't it?
Propellers.
Was it one at the front?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And there's one time, so when I was living up in Carlisle, my family went on holiday to Spain, and I met them. And basically, the plane.
You met. I love the way I just met my family.
No, but we arranged to meet in Spain. And so I flew in from. Well, I did it twice. I did it once from Newcastle and once from Manchester. So I can't remember which time it was. But basically, an aeroplane's supposed to sort of, it's supposed to go like that and sort of ease into land.
Yeah.
The plane just basically went bonk.
Oh, I've had that one. I went to Amsterdam and we was warned that as we was coming back into, I think we were coming to Stansted, that we would be coming into a thunderstorm, a thunder lightning storm, and we was warned we are going to have to do a very rapid descent because if we go into this, if we get hit by lightning, I don't know the technical term, but the plane might all of a sudden, and that felt like a Harrier jump jet just going straight.
It's horrible, isn't it?
And you're sort of going, oh fucking Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna. I've never had a problem going up though, because it is literally you go up like that, don't you? And you're all of a sudden you're up. But it's the gradual descent. When they go, yeah, we're gonna have to make a quick descent, and it's not fucking Japan coming in.
We had actually coming back from Jamaica. It wasn't so much a landing. Someone, you know, where all the cases they've obviously crammed the cases in. This is for landing. The thing so you got the right hand side, the middle, and then the left. And the middle one, like one of the things that over your head open.
Overhead
lockers opened, and a suitcase nearly fell out, and someone caught it as we were landing. So like, Jesus, if you hadn't caught that, like with the momentum of you landing, if that had hit someone, that could have been really, really bad.
Oh dear.
So yeah. But yeah, someone sort of saw it was going to happen. Then fair play. Like if we were landing, I'm not sure I'd be like, I'm just going to go and take a dive and catch someone's suitcase. Got to take a dive and catch anyway.
I was going to say you can't catch on the field, let alone a diving one on a plane that's moving.
But yeah,
I've got it. Oh
so
no.
that wasn't the plane's fault really. That was just whoever's done it. Anyway, we are a cricket podcast, not a. We sound like we were doing travel insurance.
QVC for planes. And it is award season. Yeah. Keep saying it.
So we will start with. Do you want to do it?
I'll do sound effects. Dun, 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 dun. Still NFL on a Saturday. Monday night football. Saturday night football. Whatever day it is.
Hold on, should I get NASA actually saying it?
No, it's too late now.
Okay.
We probably this is stuff should have done off pod.
Okay. Anyway, so
you weren't prepared. You didn't help.
The first one, that would have been a lot of clipping stuff. The first.
What do you think I do when I do the you cheeky bastard?
No way, you cannot do that award. What's that from? Ben Stokes.
That's the Ben Stokes catch at the World Cup over his head.
Yeah, what was the Jordan Cox one in the T20? That was similar, wasn't it?
I don't know, but that is the no way. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
No way, no award. Would you like to explain what this award is for?
Someone that did something incredible on a cricket pitch, essentially. Or
hang on. At a cricket ground. Let's just go with at a cricket ground, shall we? Because there's one clear. Let's go for the nominations. But there was one clear winner, wasn't there?
Spoilers: the winner wasn't on the pitch.
Yeah. And that's the end of the pod. Thank you all for joining us.
So the first one was Maddie Vidia's catch in the 100 against Trent Rockets, which I have seen now.
The one-handed.
I think actually that's probably she's a bit hard done by to come second, but
yeah, I think go for the rest of the nominations and then we will discuss.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were doing it that way.
Yeah, let's do that.
South Korean men's relay catch against Indonesia. So I tried to find this one.
Oh, oh! Michael Jackson has joined us.
I tried to find that one, but it kept coming up with baseball every time.
No, so I put this nomination in because it was a reverse sweep. No, actually, it might have been a regular sweep that was fucking like a bullet, just dead straight. He's at the boundary at square leg / point, whichever way round it was. Not only does he take the catch, but as he jumps and takes the catch, he's not, like how you see him sometimes, and they just throw it back and hope someone gets it. He's like that, and in midair just goes, Kobe! It's a really, really good catch.
So, yeah, all I can find when I search for that one is it comes up with loads of baseball clips. So obviously something similar happened in a baseball game.
It's funny that.
Fazil, how do you pronounce his surname? Faruqi taking 17 wickets in 8 World Cup games.
So that was the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
Was it 5? He took a 5 in the first one.
Yeah, I'm thinking whether 17 is actually, like, if you take a 5, that's 12 in 7. It's not.
Yeah, but
it's quite good. It's not.
I think he was top wicket taker. Yeah. So let's just give him a bit of credit, shall we? And he was bowling for Afghanistan. Let's just take that one.
And then the one-handed catch at Old Trafford against Sri Lanka, where the bloke's got 4 beers in his hand.
The fan.
Yeah.
The way you describe, you're not very good at describing that, are you? The way you just described that is Ben Duckett's just gone. I'll have that. Thank you very much. No, it is the
I think that's probably the next step with Bazball, the way they're so like
laid back.
about it.
But yeah, so yes, it's a one-handed. One of it, he's got 4 beers in one hand and a free hand that he kind of just goes, and it's stuck.
Yeah, it's quite something.
It was probably better fielding than Sri Lanka did in the whole series. Let's be realistic. It was very, very.
The ironic thing is he fielded like he was sober.
Well, yeah. The thing is, can you imagine if he was sober, he probably would have dropped it.
Yeah, that's true. It was so nonchalant. It's almost like I'm gonna stick my hand up there, but I'm probably not. Oh, hello.
It's the old. Is it Andrew Strauss once said?
Yeah.
You know his Superman catch.
Yeah.
He never actually expected it to stick.
Yeah.
He just was like, the cameras are on me. I better make it. Oh fuck. So yeah.
So those are the nominations.
Well, you've already given away the fucking winner, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
The winner is the one-handed 4 beers catch in the crowd at Sri Lanka. No, at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Against Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Can you remember who the batsman was?
No.
No, never can I. It wasn't going to be a pop quiz.
So I think you obviously hit it for 6, didn't they?
I-
I'm trying to think who.
Oh,
No, not that many.
Mr. Obvious is here.
Not many Sri Lankans. Maybe Angelo Matthews.
I don't think Angelo Matthews was in for long enough, was he? No.
No, maybe not. Yeah, no, you just didn't bowl.
I don't think he batted for very long either.
Yeah.
He did bowl.
I thought you
He,
did bowl.
no, he wasn't going
Yeah, I
to,
didn't want to.
and then he ended up bowling, and I listened to it on BBC 5 Live or whatever it is that they do, and they basically said Angelo Matthews is the first bowler who, as his spell went on, he got slower. And he only started at 73 miles an hour. I think by the end of it, the spin bowlers were bowling quicker than he was. But we are going for the crowd catch as the winner. As you said, Mady Villiers.
I think that's an honourable.
I think that's 1 and 1A because that is one hell of a catch, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fact that I think as well when I watched the clip of it, it's her weak hand as well.
Yeah, and I don't think I think that's another one where she's kind of like, I think actually she doesn't think she's going to get there, but if she doesn't get there, the ball sort of skips past her and she'd have to run.
That's gone for 4.
She'd have to run to the fence, so it's almost like I can't be bothered to chase it all the way to the fence.
No,
sort of dive.
It's weak hand, one hand, and she was he mid on?
Yeah, like,
It was pretty close in as well. It wasn't. Was it mid on or covers?
Mid off.
Mid off. Yeah, she was pretty close as well.
Yeah,
and that came flying.
yeah.
What's the next award?
The next awards are. Thank you for those who nominated, and congratulations to.
Unfortunately, the fan in the crowd from Old Trafford can't be here today, but he sent in this. Oh no, he didn't, because we didn't tell him that he'd won. Maybe we should reach out. I feel like we
could find him.
We should probably try and find him and let him know that he's won an award, shouldn't we? Probably be quite a nice.
You can probably buy an award. Like there are trophy shops where you could get like quite cheap.
I haven't got one. But yeah, we could just, and if we Photoshop it in.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Photoshop him in. Just Photoshop the whole thing.
Which big green screen. This isn't real. This isn't real.
Oh, I said about that last week. Obviously, we didn't do that.
What?
Having like a green screen, so it looks like it's awards.
Do you think I made the money?
Anyway, I've only just remembered that myself, to be fair. The next one is the We Done Fucked Up award.
No, you got to do it in the proper. I'll do this.
We Done Fucked Up.
We done fucked up. We done fucked up. Now, this is basically an award for one of the more stupid things that we've seen on a cricket field or in a cricket ground or any of that this year. So, previous awards might have gone to say Darth Vader being ejected from the Ashes. Now, when we were thinking of nominations for this,
by the way, you gave that no what's the word?
Context
At all.
Well, everyone's seen the video of Darth Vader being led away at the Ashes, hasn't it? discussed. I discussed with myself because Tom wasn't replying to text. The possibility of what could be the most stupid thing, and is there anything that gets close to it?
Mm.
But we both came to the conclusion that this year has seen one of the most stupid things ever.
I'm surprised we didn't get it again today. We could have potentially got it again today.
No. There is no nomination. We're just going to go straight into the winner, which is Chris Wokes being made to bowl off spin because of bad light for 3 balls.
To be fair to him, at least he shows like he's a good team player and stuff. Like he'll do anything for the team. Because when someone goes to you, well, you haven't got time to put a spinner on. The spinners aren't warmed up. Wokesy, you're bowling spin.
No, but he was halfway through and over. This is what makes it more mental. It's halfway through and over. They went, yeah, you can't bowl fast anymore. Okay, Chris Wokes going, which what I do? And then them going, all right, yeah, that's bad light. So either you bowl spin or we're going off. He bowled 3 balls of spin, and then at the other end, Gus Atkinson was able to charge in at full charge because they went, oh, yeah, the light's gone back to normal.
Yeah.
That was the stupidest thing I've seen on a cricket field for years. And
it's very village as well, isn't it? Like to see that at international level, that's something you like.
Yeah.
You see us do, but not England.
But the thing that's even funnier, and it's not funny because we have had a discussion when it happened about the bad light and how the rules need to be looked at because the emphasis is on the umpires get to make the decision basically, and it's done by numbers. There's no common sense involved. But Ben Stokes' reaction of just going. But have you seen the clip of it?
Yeah, I've seen
and you see Ben Stokes go like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen Zach Crawley in the background going?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Who's he sat? I'm trying to think of. Ben Stokes is sat next to. It's not McCullum. Who's the?
Collingwood.
No, who's the bowling coach? Or who was the bowling?
Collingwood's the fielding.
Batting. I can't remember who the bowling coach is.
Next English player.
I can't remember. No, I don't think it was. But it's just the way you just see him go. But carrying on from that. Ollie Pope as captain. Right, you got to step in because Ben Stokes is injured. What's the worst that can happen? We're playing Sri Lanka. We haven't lost all summer. Chris Wokes has got a bowl spin. Fucking hell. Come back, Ben, please, because this is bollocks.
Just an early nomination. I know we're not really talking about it today, or what's happened today, but Pakistan in this test is an early nomination for 2025.
Well, yeah.
Going to put that one out there.
Actually, I don't know whether is it their fault or is it the right... No, let's not talk about it. We'll talk about it next week.
I think some of the second innings batting. Yeah, that's... Yeah. The other one that you had down, which I haven't seen this clip, but I have seen similar clips. This is Nasser Hussein's chair breaking during commentary.
So he had to commentate on Chris Wokes bowling spin.
Oh, and is it the same game?
It's the same. Oh. It's the same thing. And you see Nasser Hussain. He's sat there and he's looking at the screen. Oh, he's not looking at the screen. He's there.
Yeah.
He's looking at the pitch. And he turns around, and as he turns around, you know they have that metal plate, the swivel bit. It just gives up on him, and he just falls off. And I thought it was very entertaining, and then thought, if it's nowhere near as stupid as one of your prime pace bowlers having to bowl off spin because a number says it's too low.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I haven't seen that clip. There was a similar clip though, wasn't there, with Nasser saying where he goes on to commentary. And he replaces, I think it's Nick Knight. And Nick Knight's, as he goes on, this is the middle of the Ashes a few years ago.
Is this the one during the COVID?
And he says, and Australia are 224. Ow!
Yeah. Yes. Doesn't. Nick Knight puts the seat back on his. Yeah, there's that one. Yeah. And I do quite like the Sky Sports have started doing this with the old from the comms box.
Yeah.
And have you seen the one with Mark Butcher and NASA? And he goes, I think it's him and Michael Atherton,
Mm.
and NASA's in the background, and you see Mark Butcher go, "Yeah, we win the toss. The pitch is an absolute road. It's beaming hot sunshine. It is a batsman's delight." And our captain wins the toss and decides to bowl.
Oh,
Who thought that was a good idea? And
I've
you just see
seen this.
NASA go
Yeah,
on the
I've
back
seen
of his
this.
head. That's a good one. And then the Ricky Ponting one.
Yeah.
When what's is it when he's talking about the
05 Ashes, that one, isn't
the
it?
drop? Was it the drop catch? No,
Mm,
the run out.
The run out.
The run out.
Sub-fielder.
The sub-fielder. And you just see Ponting go, "I knew this was fucking coming."
He was absolutely spitting. I remember watching that.
But then I didn't realise no, we will get back to the awards. I only realised watching it, Ricky Ponting was an arsehole, wasn't he, on the pitch?
Yeah, definitely.
He was an absolute prick.
Mm.
Good batsman, absolute wanker.
Yeah, that was Gary Pratt that run him out. And
That is the ultimate pub quiz.
yeah.
Well, now I know what, because we've got to do the end of year quiz. So
Mm.
I know what question to ask on that.
Yeah. One person you do not want to ask about that is Gary Pratt. Literally, he sells cricket stuff now up north somewhere. But it's just like, for one thing, because he was a decent level county player, but all anyone ever remembers him for is those 10 seconds. He's like, he just won't talk about it. Like, anyone tries to talk to him about it, he's like, I hate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I'll take 10 seconds of.
I'd just like to be on a cricket field for 10 seconds.
seconds.
I don't last that long when I'm going
No,
to bat.
He absolutely hates it, apparently. So anyway, yeah, thank you to our winners. Unfortunately, Chris.
Unfortunately, Chris Wokes couldn't be with us today. Can you imagine if we do this in a few years' time and they're actually here? And here to tell you about the award is Chris Wokes. But unfortunately, Chris couldn't be here today because he's out in Pakistan, absolutely destroying their batting lineup. But he did send us this message.
Thanks, guys.
I was just going to leave it silent and just be like, "Thank you, Chris. Thank you for that, Chris." And here is his award.
I could have brought something as a prop.
You knew we was doing this last week. Don't make out like I sprung this on you while you was on your way over.
I was just having thoughts now. It's not really much use now.
No, you're fucking right. It's not. Help. Producer needed. Producer fucking needed.
The next award is that's Bazball Award. Obviously, it's not just England; it's any team that shows considerable attacking intent.
Well, there was a few. Again, this was another one where we went through the list and came out with two because the rest. The problem is that because Bazball has been so normalised.
Yeah.
You look at someone who's got 50 from 50 and go, yeah, so 300 from 310, yeah, so the two that we've got, and we're not
think of one on the county circuit off the top of my head. There must be some game where someone's just basically had to put their foot on the gas.
Well, was there not a Sam Northeast one at the beginning of the season that was like 250 from 190 odd balls?
He got a lot, didn't he? I don't really, but yeah, but he was. Like you say, I don't really remember it being that fast, but it might well have been.
It's been so normalised that the two nominations that we've got are, well, not normal. We have a World T20 World Cup match between Australia and Afghanistan, where Australia, putting it as politely as possible, were up shit straight. And then Glenn Maxwell came out and smacked 201 not out in a T20 game.
Yeah, that's quite good going.
It's not bad, is it? Essentially, just took Australia from the brink of elimination to. Did they get to the final? I think Australia got to the final, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it did their World Cup could have been very, very different had it not been for that. However, Australia are involved in the second nomination.
Yeah.
And the winning nomination, because we're biased. I mean, we're not biased. It was voted unanimously, not biased at all. What would you say is a good amount of runs to get off and over? Not for us, because just getting a run off and over is fucking decent.
16, 18.
What about in a No, it was a one-day game, wasn't it? What about in a one-day game?
Well, it depends, doesn't it? But
In a one-day game, what would you say is a good, solid number?
10, 12.
12 off and over. That's not
Yeah.
bad. It's not bad. Even in the T20, they only go about. Well, no, they do now start to stretch it, but 10, 12 and over is an imposing thing. Imagine hitting 28 off and over, and not only just 28 off and over, 28 off the last over, to the number. I think at one point was number one ranked bowler.
It probably was at one point, yeah.
No, I think this year he was number one ranked bowler in the world, most expensive player to go in the IPL this year. We are, of course, talking about Liam Livingstone absolutely massacring Mitchell Starc for 28 off the final over, which was 4 sixes and a 4.
Yeah, because I think there's some dots in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's a wide.
Yeah.
Or it might not.
A wide and a single?
Wide and a single.
Maybe there wasn't.
It was 4 sixes because
maybe the 4
it was. I think it was 4 in a row, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He
He was going on for 36 at one point.
Yeah, so 4 big not lucky sixes. They were out the middle of the fucking bat.
Yeah.
And what did he end on? 62
62
from
28.
28.
62 from 28. Yeah.
Yeah. That is baseball.
Yep.
That is very good.
Good cricket.
Guys, I say I started that sentence and I know what I want to say in my head, but I hadn't planned the whole sentence. That is very good prospect for what Brendan McCullum is going to bring into the one-day game.
Yeah, it was baseball, but it technically wasn't actually baseball.
No, it was Liam Livingstone going, oh, well, I don't mind going back down the order and being a finisher.
Yeah, to be fair, I saw something before that series as well, that people were like, what does Liam Livingstone offer anyway? I was like, batting, bowling, fielding, keeping. About those 4 key assets in a game, he offers them all.
He is one of those actual all-rounders, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right. Do you remember that sketch from Little Britain where it's like, do you want me to write the theme tune, sing the theme tune? It's like, do you want me to hit the ball, throw the ball, catch the ball? Can do it all.
Yeah.
And I think, has he now found his... Because he's coming in, is it the T20s? He's moved up in the order, isn't he? He's 4 now.
Yeah.
And he's still staying at 6 for the one-dayers.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense for the one-dayers, doesn't it?
Well, no, because you imagine if he'd had longer at the crease, he might have hit like 200 off 50-odd fucking balls the rate he was going. And again, like I said, none of them it wasn't like scratchy.
No.
They were some big hitting. And he's got some muscles anyway, but he a big boy and he hit big.
Here is what Liam had to say upon collecting the award.
Thank you, Liam. I'm going to have some fucking work editing in some... Oh, I've bollocks this up and off of myself. Oh, shit.
The next one is Didn't See This Coming award, which is for, you put in brackets, something surprising.
I love how you're digging me out when I did all the fucking admin behind this advert.
Advert. The Didn't See This Coming award, I think it's fairly obvious, but it's just quite funny how you got that in brackets after it.
Well, Tom, I've said some pretty obvious stuff and you fucked it up. So let's just say that I was hedging my bets that you weren't going to understand.
Actually, I do remember the first one now. Mark Watt bowling Glenn Maxwell. He plays for Scotland, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
The one that pitched on middle, took out off stump. Glenn Maxwell played all round it.
Yeah.
Even Mark Watt in his celebration was like, huh? Glenn Maxwell came into the World Cup in very good form. Scotland, I think, were already out at the time, were they?
Yeah.
I think we're already out. Glenn Maxwell, arguably one of the better one-day batters, all-rounders. Is my Alexa going?
I think that was your Alexa, yeah. That's definitely something.
I can't hear because I've got the headphones on, so I can only hear us.
Yeah, it's your Alexa. Stop now, but it's gone twice then. So yeah, that was number 1. Mark Watt bowling Maxwell.
Yep.
Number 2, Bashir and Jamie Smith replacing Jack Leach and Folks in the England Test team.
That was. I don't think you've given that full context. Jamie Smith, number 2 wicketkeeper at Surrey, replacing Ben Folkes, number 1 wicketkeeper at Surrey. Shoaib Bashir, number 2 spinner. Somerset?
Yeah.
At Somerset, replacing Jack Leach, number 1 spinner at Somerset in the England Test side. Shoaib Bashir had played 7?
Yeah. Was he the one that Ben Stokes said we saw him on?
Saw a video of him.
Saw a video of him on YouTube and it was quite good.
Yeah. He'd bowled. He'd had played in 7 county matches before being called up to the Test squad.
Yeah, it is. I see. It is surprising in a way, but then also they're just so much younger, aren't they, than
Us.
but than the other 2. So in that sense, it's like there will be number 1 bowlers at their county over a period of time now. So
Yeah, I suppose.
but yeah, the fact that they've done it, it's very not quite as bad. But it's very Theo Walcott vibes, isn't it?
Going to the World Cup after playing 45 minutes of football. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea, was it?
That was maybe a little bit too extreme, but it's obviously I would say those 2. It hasn't been too extreme, like you saw. No, we're not really talking about it today, but you saw today, like with Jamie Smith's catch.
2 catches. 2 catches.
I've only seen 1.
Yeah, 2. One off Jack Leach and one off Bryden Cars.
Okay.
He's a very good keeper, even if he did drop one in the first innings. But he's young, he'll get used to it.
Next one is Liam Livingstone moving top of the ICC T20 All-Rounders category.
Yeah, he is now number 1 all-rounder in the world. Now, it sounds like we're doing him a disservice by putting him in a nomination. But, as you said, prior to the Australia series...
Yeah, he was getting quite a lot of flack.
He was getting a lot of stick for what does he bring to the team. And he's kind of come back and gone, I bring this.
Yeah.
I bring wickets. I bring runs. I bring everything that you need. And still has the best, probably not for him, clip-worthy moment on a cricket pitch where he got in the bollocks 3 times in one match. Oh, no.
And then the final one in that category is Sinclair's Somerset celebration.
His Somerset celebration?
The somersault celebration.
Yes.
He ran the entire Somerset.
Yeah, what a fucking celebration that would be. And he's gone.
Just necking Thatchers on the way around.
Oh, that would be good though, wouldn't it? What a celebration that would be. I think that would be better than the somersault. Somersault.
Sinclair's somersault celebration, not in Somerset.
No, where was it?
I can't remember, just not in Somerset.
But it was. I know you don't watch them live because you don't have Sky yet. But when you saw the highlights and you seen it, was you aware of it? Was you aware that he did it before?
No, not well. It was kind of sort of mentioned a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, they said about it in. But I did when they said a somersault, I thought they meant like a forward roll or a cartwheel sort of thing. He goes full fucking Loire, doesn't he? It's a hop, skip, and a front flip, basically. It's not really a somersault, it's a front flip.
Yeah. And
considering that celebrations are muted in cricket, I think. I think that's probably the right way of putting it, isn't it? Where you get the old and they're running off.
Back to the changing room type.
Yeah, but you can't do that because then it's unsportsman, isn't it? You get done for being unsportsman, and you can't give.
Holly Robinson can.
Well, yeah, and do you remember is it Sheldon Cottrell?
Yeah.
And then Josh Butler, when he twatted in for 6, turned around and went back to him. That was quite good.
Yeah.
But you don't see, like, if you saw that celebration on a football pitch, you'd be like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's on a football pitch. On a cricket pitch, it is so different.
I suppose as well, like, you've probably got the umpire there, like, they've got you know, we're playing on this wicket, but they've got that wicket there. You can't be damaging this wicket, or you can't be doing it there, or doing that, and doing
But
this.
he does hit right next to it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He literally, it's like he's just carried on his. Is it a court behind?
Mm.
I can't remember who it was now. Takes the court behind, and he's like, just, fuck it, I'll do it there. It was very impressive.
Yeah. So the winner in that category, it's the last one basically.
Yeah, it's. Would you like to say it again?
Sinclair's somersault celebration, which did not happen in Somerset.
And here's what Sinclair had to say about winning this award. Thank you.
I've just realised one of the ones in the next category. So the next category.
I know. It hurt. It hurt.
The next category is county player of the year. For this award, I'm going to say the one that I've nominated because otherwise I'll forget. It's not in front of me. Beddingham at Durham. He was statistically the top run scorer in county championship for 2024.
Hang on. Sorry. Just want to clarify something. You just said he's statistically the highest run scorer. What's the other type of run scorer? just I just want to make sure I've not missed something.
Anyway, so moving swiftly on. David Beddingham, congratulations for your nomination.
Sorry, who?
David Beddingham, isn't it?
David Beddingham.
Yeah, Beddingham.
You said Bellingham. For fuck's sake, son. The
Beddingham family is very multi-talented.
We're trying to get these people on to accept their rewards, and you can't even say the fucking names right. Good thing you didn't win, wasn't it?
Sorry, mate. Yeah. Liam Dawson.
Of
Hampshire?
Yep.
Rory Burns.
Sorry.
Who I saw keep wicket this year.
Yeah, he did keep wicket for Surrey because Jamie Smith was a bit busy.
Yeah. Darren Worrell, which I would also go Surrey, and I would like your thoughts on that one. Shall we go back to that?
We'll go back to that.
He has spoken about qualifying for England now, hasn't he?
Yes.
James...
I don't fucking want it. You know my reason. You know my feelings, and it's not, as I said in the episode, it's not an issue with Dan Worrell. He's a very, very good bowler. The issue is that Surrey's fucking social media team.
Maybe if it was England's and not Surrey's, it'd be different.
Yeah, but then Surrey would jump on the. Oh God, could you imagine?
Still, yeah, true.
I think I'd wonder. My phone would go in the river. Dan Worrell, fuck off. It's one of them where I'm now wondering if I can block names on TikTok so I don't have to see it.
I feel you can.
But he did bowled very, very well this year.
Yeah.
Annoyingly.
James Vince, who's probably one of the unluckiest people to not really play for England. I know he has played for England, but not really.
Yeah, we'll come back to
that. And then Jamie Porter of Essex.
Yes. So the winner.
We haven't actually decided a winner.
No, because we can't decide a winner. So statistically, the winner was Liam Dawson, wasn't he? Liam Dawson won the Professional Cricket Association's Player of the Year in the county. But Rory, there's things that have to be taken into consideration. One, Rory Burns has just led Surrey to the third championship title in a row. Mm-hmm. Dan Worrell is a decent bowler.
For more on this, go to Surrey's TikTok.
Well, yeah. Just go and look on Surrey's TikTok page. You will find everything about his bowling and all the wickets he took. I'm not going to explain it to you because my TikTok algorithm hates me.
Jamie Porter, to be fair, like I've always thought of Essex as obviously they've had decent bowlers like seam bowlers, but I always thought of them as their main bowling threat as being Harmer. So, but he's definitely sort of coming through, and maybe he's kind of that's why they're a bit closer to Surrey, maybe because they've got actually a seamer up top, and then Harmer comes on.
Yeah, I think the next year could be a very interesting year for him, especially with the Ashes.
Yeah.
We've obviously done our predictions for the Ashes before, but injuries and the like, I think Jamie Porter's probably put himself in a very, very good position. Mm-hmm. James Vince, as you said, is he the unluckiest person when it comes to England? He came into that England side when it was shite.
Yeah.
And I think even he can look back and go, wasn't ready to be in the England team, and now he's ready to be in the England team, and you've got arguably the best. Maybe Ollie Pope's struggling at the moment, but you've got arguably the best 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're in the form of your life. Was he top run scorer in the 100? One of the top scorers in the One Day Cup. He's always up there in the T20 Blast.
Yeah.
And then decent.
But he also it's not like you could look at someone and go, well, do they play the baseball way sort of thing? It's not.
He's aggressive.
Yeah.
He's just so unlucky that at the time that he's come into form.
Yeah.
And I do think maybe he'll go on the plane to Australia as a spare batsman. I know
possibly.
Maybe now they've flags to the mast with Jordan Cox, but yeah, I just thought, how unlucky. Like, and it's not like a fluke this year. He's been
he's done it for
really
about 10
good
years.
for the last 4 or 5 years. He's really got a purple patch. And then England at the same time have gone, this Joe Root fella's pretty decent. And Harry Brook's not bad. And Ollie Pope can get some runs. Oh, and we got Ben Stokes. He's a bit decent. And James Vince must be sitting there going, one of you get injured? One of you? Just so I can have a go.
Yeah.
I do feel for him.
It's a bit mad looking at like today when you've got Ben Stokes carrying the drinks. And you're like, oh my God, imagine like a team.
Imagine.
And my team's like, what was it, 700 for free? And Ben Stokes is there carrying the drinks. Like, by the way, boys, I might be back next game. I'm not sure who you're dropping for.
I think one of the bowlers goes. I think it'll be one of the bowlers. Maybe Cast, maybe. It won't be Atkinson, he's too in form. Won't be Wokes.
Oh, then also Josh Butler tweeted something about England. Should England go for 1,000 runs? You're like, yeah, you don't get anywhere near the Test team now. Like, imagine if he was there, like 700 for free, and he was next in. Just be like, oh my God.
So, well, you got this. Imagine, like, again, his form fell off a cliff towards the end. But imagine if you had an opening partnership of Alex Hales and Jason Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Hales, Jason Roy, Josh Butler. Joe Root can stick around. Harry Brook's half decent. But like you said, Ben Stokes comes in. Just, God, that 1,000 runs probably was on at a stage.
Well, yeah.
I think maybe when Jamie Smith went, maybe that was when they went, maybe not.
And potentially, if they'd gone for 1,000 runs, they wouldn't have left themselves enough time to win the Test. And they're probably now vindicated because they're probably going to win the Test. Yeah.
But we're talking about that next week. So...
yeah, so the winner of that one...
We haven't decided. We need to decide.
So who shouldn't it be? I think it should be James Vince, to be honest.
So I'm inclined to agree with you. I think it should be James Vince.
Bloody hell, that was really straightforward.
I know, I was just expecting a bit of an argument there.
Oh, no.
I'm now struggling to think that this podcast is going to last an hour and a half. So this is what James Vince had to say about winning the award that he didn't know that he'd won 30 seconds ago. Thank you, James.
Well, there is an England football game on tonight as well, to be fair. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. In about an hour.
It's Nations League. I'm not fucking interested in that. We're going to lose anyway. Who have we got?
The Greece had tried to get it called off, didn't they? Oh.
No, they've got a minute silence, haven't they, for the player that died.
Yeah, maybe this don't go too deep into something that literally just happened
No.
today.
Yesterday. Happened last night.
Okay. Test Player of the Year. Our nominations are Gus Atkinson. A bit of a breakthrough year for him.
Yeah. What? Thrown into the fire. By the way, you're here to replace arguably the best pace bowler that has ever lived. Off you go. Good luck. Fucking ran with it though, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep. Chris Wokes. But he bowls fast. He bowls fast good.
Good fast bowling. He bowled good.
Spin, not so good.
Yeah. Swing bowling, very good. Spin bowling, questionable.
You've said someone that you think should win, actually. I want to have a bit of an argument.
Okay.
We're back. Mark Wood, next in.
Yep.
Presently injured, but had a good year. To be fair, he manages his body relatively well. He's obviously always going to get injured.
Does he?
But he's obviously always going to get injured bowling at that pace. I still sort of maintain he's bowling too fast because he's going to, his career's just not going to last very long. Sort of bowling that pace.
But if he breaks 100 miles an hour,
Yeah, if he's happy to, if that's what he wants to do and he does it, fair play. But
Wouldn't you? You'd like to bowl at 10 miles an
I
hour,
like to
I'm
watch
aware.
that, yeah. I like to get it down the other end.
Yeah, it was an interesting net session in the summer, wasn't it?
Next.
Hang on, we've got winter nets, haven't we, ready for this year? Are they the full size ones? Just so we know if you can get the loop.
I can't get them. I quite like
Yeah,
the
but
time.
a shallow net, you can't do it.
No.
It goes on the roof. We need
Yeah.
a full size one that
Yeah.
you can
And drop it back in, little hole in there somewhere.
Yeah. Just cut a hole in the new net. This hole's for Tom.
Next we have Harry Brook, who
Not included. We put him in because he's been. I think it showed how much we missed him in the India test, didn't it?
Yeah,
when he
sometimes you see like how much a player, especially like a newish player, how much they mean to the side when you're sort of missing them rather than when you've got them.
Yep.
That was probably the case.
Final nomination?
It's the man who does not know how to leave a cricket ball.
Me. You've nominated. Thanks, Tom. You should have told me though.
A wonderful left-handed batsman.
No, I can't do that. I thought about it.
He batted at 4 because he broke his finger or something.
Dislocated his thumb. Do you want to just say the name, or should we just keep beating around the bush?
The surname begins with a form of animal. It's Ben
What
Duckett.
fucking shit quiz! This is why I'm doing the questions for the quiz. Can I just say?
It's Ben Duckett.
Yes, it's Ben Duckett, Mr. No Leaves. Has had a really good year. Because not just on the cricket pitch, gave birth to first daughter.
He didn't give birth. Yeah.
Oh no, he didn't. He nearly wasn't fucking there for it, though, was he?
Did he not get quite a few and then he had to rush off?
Yeah, he basically to 85.
Yeah.
Then ran off the field, and then when they went out to field, went just stay close, don't go too far. And then, like you said, had to bat at 4 this innings because he dislocated his thumb. And have you seen the interview that he did last night?
No.
So last night he was asked about it because he got 80.
Why did they interview him last night?
Because he got some runs yesterday.
I know, but literally everyone did.
Joe Root was fucked, and Barry Brook was fucked. Ben Duckett had a nice little rest, and he came back. He came out, and they went, "So how did you know it was dislocated?" And he went, "I've done it before, and yeah." And has it been for a scan? No. The physio came up and just went, put it back in, and I put some ice on it for the night, and then just wondered if I'd be able to bat today. And he was like, "You've done it before?" "Yeah." "And you've not had it scanned to see if there's a break?" "No, I don't think it's broken." Oh, for fuck's sake. He was just so blasé about it. Your thumb's hanging off at an angle. Oh, yeah, those.
And it's also, it's the reason why, let's be brutally frank, it's the reason why TV exists, to see him stood. And when we're lining up for the national anthem, him next to Zach Crawley.
Sure, bro. But then again...
It's just like, Dad, am I supposed to be here?
Again, last night they interviewed him. They put him between Nick Knight and Nasser Hussain. And you could see him going, put me on the end. Because he came in and because they interviewed who did they? Triscothick.
Oh, yeah,
before.
I saw that because they were talking about Joe Root.
Yeah, they interviewed Triscothick first. And then you see Ben Duckett come in and he stands in the middle and he goes, "Standing? Okay, I'm standing here." Between these quite tall people. So you want to have an argument with me, though?
So say who you think should win. It's going to be a bowler that's going to win the award. I'll say that now. But you say who you think.
I think it should be Mark Wood.
I think it should be Gus Atkinson. I've changed my mind.
I thought you were going for Chris Woods.
No, I put Dave Beddingham in there.
No, this is test team.
No, wait. So test team. No, I never said anyone.
I thought you were going to say Chris Wokes because it was after Chris Wokes he went, "We're going to have an argument." Why? You think Gus Atkinson?
Because Gus Atkinson's come in, he's literally replaced, like you said, he's replaced one of the best fast bowlers of all time, and he's making it look really, really easy.
And he's got 100.
Yeah, and he's got 100.
You'd forgotten about that, hadn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I've just...
Anderson can... Yeah, he's literally replaced Anderson in every way, because Anderson got 80 odd against... got 80 odd against India.
89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's replacing me. He's replacing him that way.
Yeah, but for me,
Mm.
the reason I chose Mark Wood is, apart from getting injured now, he's not missed the step this.
No, but Gus Atkinson has an either, to be fair.
No, and Gus Atkinson does a. All right, you might have convinced me that Gus Atkinson should probably get it rather than. Yeah.
That was relatively straightforward.
Yeah, it was a relatively straight argument when I remembered that he'd scored 100 as well.
Yeah.
And this is what Gus Atkinson had to say about winning the award. Thank you, Gus. Should I, when I do the photoshopping that I'm definitely going to do, and I'm not going to forget and upload the episode in a mild panic tomorrow, do you feel like I should maybe Photoshop Gus Atkinson receiving the award as well, or do you think I should just, as if I'm handing it to him? Because at the moment it looks like me and you are holding it.
Yeah, you handed it to him.
So I've now got to try and Photoshop you out and Gus Atkinson in. Is that what we're going for?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. I'm going to upload.
Just do what you can.
I'm just going to upload this episode in mild panic tomorrow night because I would have forgotten that it needs to go on Patreon on Saturday, and I'll be going fuck. I've not got all weekend to do it.
Yeah. So on to short form player of the year, and our nominations are as follows: Liam Livingston, who, as we have previously established, is quite good at short form cricket.
Yes.
Harry Brook, who we have previously established is quite good at all three forms.
I was going to say, you could probably just miss out a word there, or two words, and go, doesn't need to be short form. He's pretty good at cricket.
Yeah. Adil Rashid,
who's quite good at cricket.
He's quite good at short form cricket.
He don't bowl test anymore, does he?
No. And then Chris Jordan, who is probably one of the ultimate masters, really, in short form cricket.
Oh, yeah, he's brilliant. So, the reason for Chris Jordan's nomination, hat-trick at the World Cup, arguably one of England's best death bowlers.
Yeah.
Bowled very well in the 100. Bowled very well in the T20s. Field. He's actually a half-decent bat as well, that I think a lot of people don't realise. I'm just going to let Tom finish texting someone.
It was just the point that should be sat there.
Moaning that he's not sat there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if he would like to fucking turn up every so often, it's not hard, is it, to turn up to work? Not work, he's not bullying if you get paid for it. And so far, he's entitled to a third of it. So we might have to buy him out if he stops. How many sick days can you take from work, by the way? Because how many episodes have we done on this now? This is episode 25?
Yeah.
And he's turned up for...
None.
So technically he's had 25 days off sick.
I'm pretty sure you get struck off for doing that.
Well, no, how many days... Hang on. How many days holiday has he taken? How many days holiday are we entitled to? Like, I'd say 21 plus bank holidays, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing admin on the pod. So it's 21 days. So really he's only had 4 days off sick. He's just used up all his holiday. And that's if he turns up next week, which I highly doubt.
Make it even worse for you. He's distracting your one loyal
co-host
on the pod.
Yeah, I know. Tell him to fuck off or turn up. Otherwise, we won't give him paternity pay when he has to go for that.
I think those are pretty much the options in most rooms you walk into. Stay or fuck off.
Yeah, right. Prison cell, you probably don't get a choice. You probably can
request to move.
You know, it's a prison cell, not a hotel. I don't like my view out the window. I don't like. Look, I would like. I was told there was a yard view room. Just saying.
No, you possibly could be like, I'm gonna get beat up.
You're gonna get. If you ever went to prison, you'd get beaten up within 30 seconds, wouldn't you? You'd walk in and be like, "Hello," get battered straight away.
Has anyone watched the test quickly? What are your thoughts on the Bazball project?
You'd walk in, you'd find one person that likes cricket and go, "Yeah, so Bazball shit." And what happened to Tom? Oh, we're trying to produce this one over Teams. It's not very good. Oh dear.
So where did you get to? Sorry, short form. You got to
Chris Jordan taking a hat trick.
Yeah.
Decent batsman.
Yeah,
Probably England.
A little bit underrated.
Yeah, probably one of England's best death bowlers currently.
And a good friend of one of England's other quickest bowlers who he helped sort of convince to play for England.
Josh Archer.
Yep.
Yes. Another half decent pace and death bowler.
Yeah. He unfortunately misses out this year on account of being injured most of the year.
Yeah, well, we might be having this. We might be having a very different conversation next year about him because he's starting red ball cricket again next year, isn't he? So could be having a very different conversation. Liam Livingstone, we have already discussed, is pretty decent at cricket.
Yeah.
Adil Rashid, he just doesn't seem to age, does he?
I was going to say, he's just been around forever.
When was the last time that you watched a T20 or a one-day game that Adil Rashid didn't take a wicket?
Yeah.
Because it just seems to be one of these. Oh, England need a wicket. Give the ball to Rashid.
Yeah.
And he just does it every single time.
It's still like one of the most iconic clips is the one where he gets Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli looks like he's seen a ghost.
Oh, that one. Is it the one through the gate? Or the one round his
around his
legs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he's seen a ghost, and then Adil Rashid's kind of down. But he didn't even look like shocked. He just looked sort of smug about it.
But do you know what makes it even better? It was against Virat Kohli, wasn't it? So,
Virat, if you're interested in coming on the podcast,
I bet he's fucking not now.
We would still be interested in having you, but you might just have to get some abuse. Sorry.
Really can't work out why we're struggling to get guests on this podcast. I just can't. Who's the other one? Harry Brook.
Harry Brook.
Yeah. Decent 100.
Yeah.
Was there 100? I think he hit 100 in the 100, didn't he? Decent 100. Decent, probably, considering the bit of a calamity that the World Cup was probably one of the players that did actually shine. But realistically, there's only going to be one winner, isn't there?
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3. No.
Adil.
No.
Harry.
No.
Liam.
There we go. The number one all-rounder in the world picks up his second award.
Yeah.
Second award of the night. And this is what he had to say because he couldn't be here. Thank you, Liam. Did that not sound a lot like his first speech? Didn't it? I feel like he just recorded the same speech and sent it to us twice. It's a bit of a shame, that.
I think he's also quite good at football.
I'm sorry. Have I just had a stroke? Where the fuck did that just come from?
Well, we're just talking about how multi-talented he is. I'm pretty sure he's won, like... Hold on. He's kind of like the Gary Neville of that era.
I know you meant that as a compliment.
I meant...
But it really fucking wasn't, was it?
Actually, I might have made that up.
Liam, if you are listening, are you any good at football?
I think he is.
Da 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 da.
Did something with Bradley Dack when Bradley Dack was at Blackburn and he was at Lancashire. That's random.
You're aware that we're recording, right?
Yeah, I was just trying.
You're just scrolling your phone now, dickhead.
I was just trying to find.
I know that the awards are finished. They don't even, dear. Yeah, there you go. Right, no. I'm just going on Twitter.
I just couldn't find. I couldn't find anything to prove it. I think.
Do you ever think that it might have been you? Have you had like a is it confabulated memory?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Basically, that you
Made it up.
Yeah. You've misremembered something. Like a Mandela effect? Is that what it's called?
Don't know.
I'm sure Mandela effect is one of those things where you think it's in your head, or you think something, or is that the nice patterns? Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, so that is the end of the awards. Before Tom gets us struck off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Have you got a rant this week? How's your swimming? How's your swimming going? Did that improve last week?
Did I go last week? I don't think I went.
Well, that would be an improvement.
I'm not going to go this week because I'm going to have other stuff to do.
Do you want to tell the ladies and gentlemen what the other thing is?
No, not really. Not yet. We can maybe discuss it next week. Let's see how it goes first. No, shut up. To be fair, I'm pretty sure she doesn't listen to this.
I mean, could
And
you
she
imagine if it...
probably-
Can you imagine... Well, hang on, no, because this is... Hang on, wait. Yeah. One, if she's listening, she's got to get through 67 minutes of us talking absolute bullshit. But two, your date's tomorrow.
Yeah.
The earliest that she's going to hear this would be Saturday if she was a patron, which I highly doubt that she is. Going from not knowing that you do a podcast to then being a patron of said podcast would be fucking impressive. So realistically, the earliest she's going to hear it is Monday. So either your date went really, really well.
Yeah, well, I can't really give you a lot. I'll give you a lot. I'll give you a lot. I'll give you more next week.
I don't want any of yours, thanks. You save that for her.
Don't even know if she wants it yet.
She's going on a date with you. Well, maybe not. As we've discussed, no one messaged in when I tried to pimp you out on this, and that was based on your voice. That was before we did video.
Well, yeah, that's fair. It hasn't really changed since we started doing video, is it? I have got a rant.
I've now set you off, and I.
So, don't really want to give too much away. No, it's not that.
Oh.
You're literally like a bloody 12-year-old kid in the background, aren't you? Like when you see someone from school and they went in Nando's on a date with someone, it's just like, I know you from school, and I know you from school.
You didn't get a lot of action in school, did you?
Not getting a lot of action now.
Well, yeah.
So basically,
can I just say, I just saw the moment in your face where you went, my brother listens to this. Because you went...
He doesn't get it out. I'm 10 minutes deep into it, I don't think. He watches it and listens, but he's not going to listen to it. I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to message him specifically to... Right, I'm going to timestamp it. I've just found my clip for social media this week.
Oh, God's sake.
67 minutes. Remember that whole time I get downstairs and start editing this.
This is not saying loads of numbers in a minute.
No, you're not.
So, basically, there's going to be some changes at my work. So, the stuff that you get for free at my work, you're going to have to start paying for. You catching my drift?
Yeah.
I'm trying to...
Would you like to just make it a little bit more specific?
No.
Your freebie stuff that you're not going to have to pay for.
Yeah. When you go onto your phone and read things.
Wi-Fi.
No, not on the Wi-Fi. You have to pay for the Wi-Fi anyway, but like stories and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to pay. You have to start paying for it.
Oh, I can't be asked.
That's what my rant is. Some bloke came up to me at football. I went to Herne Bay on Tuesday night and said, "Are you Tom? Do you work for blah blah blah?"
Hang on, can we go back then? How much am I going to have to pay to read your shit?
With the discount code, and this is for like all the digital papers, so you can read the papers through the link as well as getting all the online stories. It's £24.90. Yeah,
£24.90.
£24.90 a year. That's $2,000, or like £5 a month if you want to do it monthly, but it's going to cost you loads more.
I'm sorry. Who thought that was a good idea?
It's so far. So it's been a week. It's been exactly a week, and so far so good.
Has it?
Yeah.
Have you actually had many? Because I mean this with the greatest respect to you, as a friend, arguably one of my best friends. I've read some of your
friendship on the line.
Yeah, podcast on the line, like financial income on the line. I've read some of your loving stories. They're hardly groundbreaking, are they? They're hardly...
No, but if you're interested in that thing, like you support Absolute United,
yes.
If you're interested in that thing, you probably read most reports and reactions.
No, because the bloke who writes your reports for Absolute writes in a really strange way. I can't remember his name now.
Don't say it, that's my boss.
Is it? Would this be the same boss that you had to get permission to do this podcast to make sure you didn't have a clash of...
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. I really like his work. He does really well. That's right.
It's generally him, but then it's occasionally me, isn't it?
Yeah, you've texted me a few times saying you're going to bed before. Am I going?
Yeah. So we're giving away kind of the general location of this quite a lot. Anyway,
hang on. Have you just really just said we're kind of giving away the location of where we do this? When in the intro it goes, "There's two idiots in a loft in Kent."
yeah, but we're giving it like quite specifics now.
If you go back to episode 4, I nearly gave my fucking address out.
That's true. Anyway, so my rant, it's not so much about people having the reaction that you've just had, right? People are gonna.
You better not.
No, people get stuff for free at the minute, and we're asking them to pay, and either like they will or they won't. And actually, surprisingly,
They won't.
no. So
I won't. I'll just go. Can you send me yours?
So
Send me a screenshot of what you've written this week.
so the target was like a very soft target sort of thing at the end of the month. Your phone.
That is my phone.
Oh.
It's professional, that.
Yeah. Essentially, it was a very soft target, but for where we need to be at the end of the month, and you said earlier, we're at the 10th of October, where we need to be at the end of the month, we're nearly there.
Oh, that's not bad.
So it's going, they knew it wouldn't go swimmingly, it was quite a very soft target, but it's going well. Anyway, I went to football on Tuesday night at Herne Bay, waiting for kick-off. Some bloke came up to me before kick-off and said, "Are you Tom, and do you work for so-and-so?" I said, "Yes." And he went, "I can't see anything on your website now." I was like, right, okay. And I was like, basically, I said what I said to you, and he was like, "That's crap. I'm not paying for it." I was like,
"Nope, not doing it."
But I was like, right, okay. Well, you either have to start doing it to get like what you want, or like you won't. And if you don't, like
You don't get it. It's
Yeah.
pretty straightforward, isn't it?
yeah. But and obviously we want you to sort of get it. 'Cause that's how I'm going to stay in a job. But if you don't do it, you don't do it. Like I'm not going to force you to do it. And it just kept going on and on and on. And I'm now going to get that every football game I go to for the foreseeable future. I'm going to get people coming up to me saying, basically giving me grief. And I was like, in the end, he was giving me so much sort of grief about it. I was like, right, well, look, it's not my decision. It's like a company decision. And it's happening. Like, take it or leave it.
They're not going to listen to one bloke in Herne Bay going, "Don't want to do it." We've changed our mind.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they've thought this through, and like it's the way it's gonna go. But like I say, it's not my decision. Please don't when I'm just sat here watching a game, just come up to. But I'm gonna get it all. I bet on Saturday I get.
Where are you on Saturday?
Ramsgate.
Yeah.
I bet I'll get some sort of remark, and then next Tuesday.
I'm going to laugh so much if it's from one of the managers.
Oh,
if you have to interview one of the managers and go, "Hello, it's Tom from this local online newspaper," and they turn around and go, "I'm not fucking talking to you. I'm not being paid to read my own words."
Yeah, but they won't need to be paid to read it, will they? Because they'll know what they're saying. But yeah, I know what you mean. That's when the issue. But I don't really know the way around it. It's just the way it's going to go, and like
The way around it's probably not making people pay.
But
It's been a free paper for a long time now, hasn't it?
online, yeah.
Well, nobody buys a paper now, though, do they?
No, and that's part of the thing. You can actually get the paper digitally as part of that subscription, so you can read it all online, all the stories online. But you can also read the paper. Obviously, saying about
It's not quite the same if you got.
Saying like my
I was going to say my grandparents used to be like reading a paper. It's not the same if you're like.
You're just clicking on buttons, but I have tried it out today and it does work. So, but yeah,
So you pay for it. Hang on, you pay for your own work newspaper, but you're not a fucking patron to this podcast.
But
No, hang on, don't try and get around it. Are you a patron to this podcast?
No.
No, neither am I.
Anyway.
And after we've done this, we need to do an advert in telling people to become a patron.
How many patrons do we currently have?
Hang on, when did I last checked? I'm trying to work out if I've checked. I checked before we went away. Oh, when I checked yesterday when I got back, it's 0.
So yeah, my rant is that basically don't rant at me over something that I've got very little control over. So, yeah, that was my rant. Have you got a rant?
No. I've been on holiday. I'm relaxed. I'm calm.
Do you not got anything to rant over on holiday? No, like overpriced drinks or
No.
no.
No, because it was a caravan. It's hard to rant. The only rant that I'm going to have is about my own son who fucking slept for 15 hours on Monday night, fell asleep at 5 o'clock, didn't wake up until 7 o'clock the following morning, and was still a miserable shit. Other than that, I haven't got rent. It was quite good. Although they do need to work on some soundproofing in caravans. Because, as I said, being in a thunderstorm in a caravan, that was... Yeah. There was moments I thought, like, it's not rain, it's boulders that are trying to come through the roof. But it did turn out it was just rain. No, it was weird. I don't know. It was.
You did go kind of a rant.
Yeah, it was a rant, but it wasn't a rant.
I don't want to rant. I kind of teed you up for it. Yeah. You still ranted.
You set it up, and I just fucking knock it out of the park. Just trying to think. There was a few weird. I haven't been on a caravan site for quite a while, and there was a few people there that reminded me why I don't go to campsites very often, because there was a few people where I thought if you're an audio listener, go and watch the YouTube. I'll put a timestamp on for the YouTube. There's no real word to describe it, but just a bit caravan-y. It's probably the only way that I can describe it.
Mentally a bit, yeah.
No. How do I? They were odd. Probably the only way that I can describe they're not private caravans. No. They're not. They're very. You can pretty much see all the way through if someone's got their curtains open. Yeah. And as someone who has just put curtains up in his extension for some privacy, other people perhaps don't afford them their luxury. And then there was some people that had clearly bought their caravans, were living in their caravans for a certain number of time during the year. And one of the times we was walking back from dinner, and as we was walking back, you know when you do that thing and you're like, oh, what are they doing? Oh, what are they doing? Yeah. And I saw a man and woman sat there in a caravan that they owned because it had nets up and a bigger television and like nicer kitchen and all that. Sat there watching the television, and I thought, you could be at home doing this. You're in the middle of a rainstorm. There's no way that you've not got that television at full volume to fucking try and hear it. Yeah. Why would you choose to be here rather than be at home where it's warm, soundproofed, the bed's longer than 4 foot, and things like that? It was a bit weird. But no, I don't think I had a rant. I think I was just a bit weirded out by the whole experience. It was nice though, but a bit weird.
I think that is the pod.
Apart from the social media stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing that, am I?
Well, so we are... You tend to do it, hold on. So we are on TikTok. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter/X,
Facebook. They are all From the Boundary Pod. We are also on Patreon now, which you will have heard the advert that we're about to record. So that but yeah, we're on Patreon. That is From the Boundary Podcast at Patreon, or patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast. For $5 a month, you get these episodes 2 days early. The video goes out on the Saturday, whereas everyone else gets them on the Monday. There is also going to be specials. We have our first 2 lined up, don't we? We got the Big Fat Cricket Quiz of the Year, and we also have the From the Boundary Christmas Party. Yeah. Which could be interesting between the 2 of us, but we'll work it out. So we're not just taking your money. We have our first bit of merch that I haven't officially done, but if you look on our Instagram, we have our first bit. What will be our first bit of merch? Thanks to.
Hold on, let me look, and then I can show it to the camera.
This is professional.
Yeah. You carry on.
You're not going to see it.
Oh, I thought you said you put it on there.
I did. You just clicked on it.
Oh, you haven't actually got it, have you?
Yeah, no, I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay, then don't worry.
But basically, there will be merch coming. You will get a discount on the merch from if you go to Patreon. I think I said 10% off. Can't remember. But our first bit of merchandise to keep an eye out for will be a Bloody Bristol T-shirt, which has become Tom's little catchphrase on this podcast. We also, if you want to contact us, it is fromtheboundarypod@gmail.com.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It sounds right. It might not be right, but it sounds right.
That's it, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
the social medias, that's the Patreon.
Yeah.
We will discuss England v Pakistan
Next week because
test 1 next week. Potentially test 2 will be ongoing.
it'll be ongoing,
But
but we will be discussing Joe Root and what his career. It's going to be probably a bit of a bumper episode with the records that have been broken and Joe Root just being good at cricket. But you got that to look forward to next week, and I think that is a pod.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Speak to you next week.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.